Good morning, St. Francis. It is Friday, September the 3rd, 2021, Friday of the 22nd week of the year, the 22nd week in Ordinary Time. But more importantly, it is the memorial of Pope St. Gregory I, St. Gregory the Great, Pope towards the end of the 6th and into the 7th centuries, the patron saint of all who study liturgy, of all who study sacramental theology, and one of the few days I can proudly embrace my Reverend Doctorness. Coming to you from Lake Michigan, still here in Chicago, far back behind me, you see the sun rising over the city of Chicago, beautiful city of Chicago right behind me. In today's readings, we continue the Colossians hymn, again, that speaks again of Christ reconciling everything else through his blood that was spilt on the cross, but bringing people back to the Father, bringing people back to God, and again, the gratitude that the Colossians have and all Christians should have, again, for the great sacrifice that Christ makes, but more importantly, for the fact of reunion with God. That is what is important. The Colossians hymn does not just focus upon the fact that Jesus dies on the cross, but it is what dying on a cross accomplishes, and the fact that Jesus is brought back from death. And because of that, that succeeds, that is the success, that is the reunion of all creation with God, that had become separated. The fact that has been accomplished is something for us always to ponder, because if we are just looking at always trying to make sure that we crucify Jesus again and again on the cross, then what the Colossians hymn says is a lie. Nothing has been reconciled, nothing has been brought back together, nothing has been reunited. We have to remember that it has been accomplished. We have to remember that Christ has brought everything back to the Father, and the Father is happy with that. The Father is overjoyed with that, and to live within that union between God and ourselves, between Christ and ourselves, is what every Christian is meant to live, is how every Christian is meant to live, and how every Christian is meant to witness in the world. That sense of being united with God, something greater than ourselves, who carries us through the good times and the bad times in our life, the difficulties that we face, the challenges that we face, and who rejoices with us in the joys and the accomplishments we're able to achieve. We move from that, again, continuing in Luke's Gospel, new wine into new wine skins. Again, Jesus drawing kind of a sort of a speech parable into what it is that he has come to do, is to put new wine into new wineskins. It ends by saying that those who have old wine will be happy with the old wine and won't want the new. And unfortunately, that embraces or epitomizes that sense of we've always done it this way, and that basically people can find quite great comfort in saying always, we've always done it this way, and that's basically all that we're ever going to do, and nothing will ever change, and things will always be the same. That is not, the mind of a believer in the world. That is not the heart of a Christian in this world. Just basically to say we've always done it this way. Even though we may find comfort in that, even though we might find stability in that, it is deadening, and it deadens us if we just keep doing the same things over and over again. But what is also more important, though, in this gospel, too, to concentrate on, to figure out also, is basically that just because things have been done in a certain way doesn't mean that they're all bad, that they all have to be wiped away, or that nothing has been done ever, and that we basically are just pouring new wine all the time into new wineskins. The idea is basically to recognize where God has been at work in our lives, in our communities, in our churches, wherever, where God continues to be at work in our lives, in our communities, in our churches, and wherever, so that we basically don't try to recreate things that are already there. We don't try to invent things that already have made achievements. We don't try to say that nothing is there when something wonderful already is. To have the mind of a believer, to have the heart of a witness to Christian love, is a person who recognizes that the newness of what God gives us is meant to meld with that which already God has given us, to create something new and wonderful that gives life to the world. And may the Lord give you his peace.